Couple LSU friends.
Friendship breakups are the worst. In some people's opinions, in some people's minds, friendship breakups can be even far worse than romantic relationship breakups. We all had that childhood best friends that we knew from day one. They were literally by our side since kindergarten. We was in diapers, first grade, elementary school, middle school, high school, college. When you were a youngin', and then for whatever reasons, y'all have a falling out. And oh my goodness, nothing was ever the same. Once upon a time, guys, at one point in time, Angel Reese and Flau'jae Johnson were pretty close. They were pretty close friends. Again, how could they not be? They both were at one point LSU Tigers, and they both were under the Kim Mulkey, a brilliant, amazing coach. And at one point, they even won the national championship. They won the Natty in the year 2023. That was just 3 years ago. And a lot of things have occurred between these two young women, which ultimately caused their friendship to dissolve. Now, in my previous video, of course, it went viral, okay, online about the interaction that happened between Angel Reese and Flau'jae Johnson in the game the other day ago when it was the Seattle Storm taking on the Atlanta Dream at the Seattle Storm's home court. In that game, it was the fourth and final quarter. It was literally, 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the game. We see Flau'jae Johnson extend her hand to Angel Reese. And Angel Reese, again, from the angle that I saw live, again, I only call and give out my raw emotions and my analysis of what I see live from the game, right? As soon as the game's over with, I just, boom, I jump into that, pull out my camera. It's time to record and get my game analysis mode, right? And from the angle that we saw live on television, all we saw is Flau'jae extend her hand to Angel Reese, and Angel Reese, like, literally just freaking curved her. Like, girl, get out my face. Okay, that's what it was. Low-key was giving, like, heifer, please. I just humiliated the Atlanta Dream team, okay, on the world stage. This is our third loss, back to back to back in that 3 consecutive row. Again, the Atlanta Dream in that week, earlier that week, they got beat by Golden State Valkyries in matchup 1, got beat again by the Golden State Valkyries in matchup 2. Then they traveled to Seattle, Washington. Angel Reese's first game going up against her, ex-friend being Flau'jae Johnson. And they get destroyed. Like, it didn't make no sense. Again, in that first quarter, again, I called that game, guys, the other day. In the first quarter, the score was 12-0. The freaking Seattle Storm, who are, like, literally, they're ranked, like, number 14 in the league? Atlanta Dream is, like, number 3? At one point in this season, they were ranked number 1 over everybody, including the Las Vegas Aces, who are the reigning defending champions. It's like, how do you go to the Seattle Storm, even though, yes, they do have the home court advantage, I understand this. How do you get just blown out like that? Struggling from the moment of the tip-off of the game. 12-0 run that the Seattle Storm went on in the first quarter. They didn't get on the boards until Angel Reese drew a foul and gave them 2 points. Then it was 2-12. It just didn't make no sense. Again, in that video, I said, Angel Reese is a big girl. Again, I understand where she's coming from. She my Taurus twin, okay? Taurus gang gang. Okay, I understand, like, how it feels to, like, go up against, not even just go up against, just having the raw emotions of, like, having to interact with an ex-friend. We all have been there. I'm sure many of you watching this right now, just comment down below. When you run into somebody who you used to be close with, a childhood friend, y'all went to church together, went to school together, played ball together, etc., etc., and for whatever reasons, it don't even matter who thought it was, y'all have a huge falling out. And then when you run into that person, when you are forced maybe to interact with that person, there's a lot of raw, visceral emotions there. And again, it's like not about Angel Reese being petty and etc., etc. Again, a lot of her fans are coming to her defense. Okay, a lot of even, news broadcasters, journalists, podcasters are coming to her defense. But I don't like how, the blame is kind of being shifted to Flau'jae Johnson. Again, I'm going to talk about this a little bit more here in a minute. But again, you got people saying, like, Flau'jae Johnson was being petty. They are now trying to demonize Flau'jae. And again, I don't believe it's right on either side. Again, these are both grown women. They get to feel how they want to feel and do what they want to do, as long as it's not hurting nobody. Again, to me, Flau'jae Johnson, she did have the right to extend her hand to Angel Reese. I don't believe it was a petty moment. And just as well, Angel Reese had the right to reject Flau'jae Johnson in that moment and reject that gesture, that that extension of the hand, of her giving her olive branch out to Angel Reese to take hold of. And Angel Reese is a grown woman. She's like, no, I ain't even banging with you like that. We're not cool. I'm cool on you. I'm chill on you. No, I don't want to shake your hand. Again, both of these women are adults. Flau'jae Johnson, in my opinion, she was not wrong to extend her hand. I don't believe she was being petty. And at the same time, Angel Reese was not wrong to reject the handshake that Flau'jae Johnson offered to her in that moment. I don't believe she was being petty. I was just saying that in that moment, because again, it's going to go viral, and which it did, I said that the people who already don't like Angel Reese, the haters and the attackers of her, they're going to use that moment, blow it up, and, ridicule her and drag her name through the mud. Again, so what had happened between Angel Reese and Flau'jae Johnson? How is it possible that two young, brilliant, strong, intelligent, highly successful, very much liked and loved, okay, in general, how is it that at one point in time they were very close friends and then all of a sudden they had a huge falling out? Well, let me explain. Again, they played under the Kim Mulkey and her brilliance, okay, and won a 2023 championship game together as teammates and as friends. At one point in time in the season, Angel Reese gets a 4-game suspension. Again, the 4-game suspension was during Angel Reese's senior year, okay, at the university and being an LSU Tiger. Again, I'm not going to get into all the details of it. Long story short, Flau'jae Johnson's mama, Kia Brooks, got into it online. They got into a quarrel, okay? They put them hands up verbally and electronically, okay, digitally, online. Kia Brooks, Flau'jae Johnson's mama, got into it with Angel Reese's mama, being Angel Webb Reese, okay? Angel Senior, that's Big Angel. Big Angel was Angel Reese's mama, and Little Angel was Angel Reese herself, right? They got into it online. They got into it after Angel Reese got a 4-game suspension. And then to add insult to injury, Flau'jae Johnson's mama, Kia Brooks, decides to come up with some, outlandish rumor about Angel Reese allegedly having, bad grades. She had a low GPA. It's just what is wrong with people? You a grown woman. Why would you even put that out there? What do you mean she has, a 2.1 GPA? It was something so ridiculous. Again, I don't even care to repeat it. It was just petty. It was petty. It was immature. It was being, vindictive towards Angel Reese at that time. And again, after all this had happened, while this was going on, both Angel Reese and Flau'jae Johnson pretty much came out and was yeah, our friendship is no longer. And I found a quote about what Angel Reese had to say in regards to Flau'jae Johnson not too long ago. She says this: "I still support Flau'jae. We aren't as close as we used to be," which is what Reese revealed in the debut episode of her Unapologetically Angel podcast after the 2024 WNBA season. "And there's no hard feelings or anything, but we aren't as close as we used to be." A few days later, after Angel Reese's podcast, Flau'jae Johnson also came out publicly, and she had to say, "Me and Angel, we aren't as close as we used to be." Okay, she said the same thing. Johnson said in an interview with the New York Post then, "But I still support her 1000%. I was proud of her just being in the W and breaking records." Again, the fans are coming out, even, broadcasters, news journalists and analysts of the sports game and the sports world, they are all coming out to Angel Reese's defense. And again, I love that. But again, we got to be careful. I don't like some of these narratives that people are pushing on Flau'jae, saying she was trying to provoke Angel Reese and etc. etc. Again, these are both grown women. They had their history. Things happen for a reason. Things don't always last forever. That goes for friendships, obviously, clearly, romantic relationships. Things happen for a reason. Seasons change. Again, some people are in our lives for just a season, and then, they serve their purpose. Again, not to make that sound bad, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Again, I shall continue to root for, love, and champion and cherish both Angel Reese and Flau'jae Johnson. Maybe, hopefully, one day, perhaps, they may come back together again as friends, or just at least, be far more cordial. But again, that's for them to decide. It's time for us to move on. It is what it is. Again, I don't like people demonizing either one of these young ladies, so let's move on.